Hello, it's Lesley. Welcome back to the Sewing Circle. I'm so excited to be here with you today. It's been a minute. I've been running around doing stuff for the holidays, spending time with my family and traveling with my adorable husband, and doing all the things that take up time in the life of a sewist. But I'm excited to be here today. By the time you're watching this, Thanksgiving's going to be over, and you know what that means. It's time to be getting ready for Christmas and thinking about all the gifts you need to give for Christmas. Now, that can either be a burden or a blessing. And this year I feel like it's definitely a blessing in my corner because I have come across a pattern that's perfect for every single person in your life. So stay tuned for that. We are going to be looking at some of the things I've been doing for my handmade Christmas this year and sharing some free pattern, some ideas that I'm so excited about. So stick around and let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing I want to share is that my lovely friend Terry came and helped me assemble the car trash can. Now this pattern is available. It is from by More Me Know, and it's just an easy pattern to make. Now what I did is I cut out 19 of these bags, and in 3 days, cutting one day, assembling and finishing the top stitching and snaps the last day. It took me 3 days, but I have 19 gifts that are just wonderful, and I want to tell you why. Now it calls it a car trash can, and I want to have you look at this can. So this is how it comes. It's got the snaps at the top of the strap where this can hook around the back of the seat in your car, and you can use it to put trash in it. This is a waterproof lining, and I want to tell you about that. But this is great because you could put trash in it. You could also have several of these in the car, one for trash, one for baby essentials. There's an option. You could put movies in here. You could put children's books and toys in the basket, all the things that gather up in your car and clutter your car. The other thing that's wonderful about this is that maybe you have some place to go and you want to bring drinks and things along. You can put the things in the bag, hook it on the back of your seat for driving, but then once you get there, you could actually haul this bag like a handbag and use it to carry your items that you have along with you to go to whatever event you're going to. I am so excited. I made 19 of these for gifts. I plan to use these how they are and put items inside the bag that it pertains to the person that I'm gifting it to. Maybe it's some candy, maybe it's some handmade goodies, some popcorn. I don't know exactly what I'm going to put in each and every person's bag, but you know, I have a big family. There's a lot of adults in my family, son and daughter-in-laws, and my own children. So that is why I made so many of these bags. Now, what I want to tell you is how I did this. Some little tips and tricks. This is a very simple pattern. Like I said, it gives you all the measurements for cutout. See here, it gives you all the measurements and tells you exactly how to make the pattern. It comes with the handle pattern here, with the cutout list here. And then it has this little square that you use to cut the corners of your bag so that you can assemble them with corners. And so what I did is I used my patterns and I made a cardboard pattern. So this one is the cardboard pattern I made for the main fabric. And then for the interfacing, I personally went and cut this down another pattern just a 1/4 inch smaller so my interfacing would fit right inside of my bag without catching into the seam allowances. That worked out really nicely and made it not so bulky. I got my interfacing, so you're going to want to get like a Pellon woven interfacing. I ordered this to be delivered at my house from Walmart. Got a whole bolt of it, and you can see it's the woven fusible. You use that on your cotton fabric. And then I ordered 3 yards of this waterproof canvas, and I'll link this all below. It's wonderful if you're going to use it for trash cans or to carry any kind of drinks. Honestly, you could do all kinds of things with this bag because it's waterproof on the inside. You can see there's a shiny side. I was a little nervous about sewing this. I didn't know if I needed a walking foot or anything special. I did not use a walking foot. I did not use any kind of tissue paper or anything. I just sewed and it worked fine. It makes the bag just have such an excellent finish quality using this kind of canvas inside the bag. Now you don't have to use this canvas, but like I said, what I did is I ordered 3 yards of the canvas from Walmart and the bolt of interfacing, because I can always use interfacing from Walmart, and they came delivered to my door. I was able to cut all these bags out, and then my good friend came over. We had so much fun, a sewing day. I made a beautiful lunch we had together, and we just worked on assembling these bags. The last day, I finished them up myself with the top stitching. You do a little bit of top stitching on this handle. It just makes it lay really nice. And then, like I said, we have the cam snaps. So this is the #1 gift I am making and giving this year for my family for Christmas. Do you have any ideas of what you could use this for? Now, I do have another idea. I originally had gotten one of these bags from my friend Terry because she makes them and sells them. And I bought one from her. And I'll show you a little video. I actually use it right here underneath my serger to push all of my serger cuttings into a bag. Now, I know they make special bags for that, or you can make special bags for that, but that bag I bought from her just has worked out perfectly for that. So now on to the next item that I'm making for my handmade Christmas. Okay, I'm back. Can you guess what I'm making? I'm making these beautiful bandanas and using fabric flowers and prints to applique onto the bandana, and then embroidering around the applique, adding this lace border on the 2 sides that are going to be showing, and creating these beautiful bandanas. I'm going to insert here a little video of what they look like. Now, I want to show you exactly how I'm doing this. The first thing I'm using is a Pellon. This is called Wonder Under Pellon, and you iron it onto your fabric. Let's see if I can find the whole name for you. There we go. You iron it onto your fabric wherever there's something that you might want to fussy cut out. For example, I have this cowboy boot fabric that I've been using. You can see I've ironed the Pellon on the back, you can hear it, and then cut around it. Now, the beautiful thing about Pellon is, here's a little cowboy boot I have cut out, is that the back of it peels off. I'm going to go ahead and score the back of it. I like to use a pen or a scissors, a sharp edge of something, and I just run it down the paper to kind of split it open. And you can see right here, it kind of makes like a little divot in the paper, a little tear. And then you can remove the paper easily. And now we have this iron-on cowboy boot. Isn't that so cute? Now, I want to show you a little more up close of how I use the cowboy boots and the roses and the embroidery. So I hand embroidered the flowers that are on the cactus and on the cowboy hat. But after I ironed the other graphic onto the bandana and sewed, then I sewed the lace on the edges. Now, this is the lace I got from Hobby Lobby. I have like this bone colored and a white and a cream crocheted lace. You could also crochet your edges. I started to do that and I thought, oh, this is going to take me so long. I don't have time to manage getting the bandanas all made. So this is my idea number 2. I have some daughter-in-laws who are very much into Western. So there's that one. And I'll be showing you these. You'll see plenty of these. You'll see these really well. There's that one. Here's this one. I like this one. I went ahead and just kind of used some of the paisley graphics to kind of create the illusion of maybe a little bit of a rope there. And then this one was a little bit different. I did like a running top stitch after I sewed these on. So after I ironed them on, I did use my sew machine and top stitched around the graphic that I ironed on. And you can kind of see that there at the edge of the boot maybe. You can see I sewed, top stitched it on in place after it was ironed in place. This is a really economical way to use up scraps of your fabric, and then you can just sit in the evening and crochet the edges or just embroidery on the bandana, or you can use your embroidery machine. So that's number 2. That's the number 2 gift I have made. Now let's move on to gift number 3. Okay, for gift number 3, I went to the Dollar Tree and bought a bunch of these $1.25 like calendars for your purse, or portable calendars, little planning books for someone who likes to keep track of what's going on in their lives. It's like an easy way to take things on the go and know exactly what your schedule is. I think these are so handy. I love to keep one of these in my purse. I love to keep one in my sewing stuff, so I know exactly what my sewing plans are and I know exactly what's going on with my family. So what I do is I remove the outside plastic from these calendars. Now I already made a bunch of these, but I gave them away, so I've got these ones to make for my family. And what I do is I just open them out and lay them on top of fabric. Now here is a piece that I picked, and you can see there's a bird there. I really liked the bird, and I don't know if you can see, but I traced out around the bird by placing this right on the fabric, tracing out around it, and now I'm going to cut it out and I'll show you what we're going to do next. As you can see, I cut this fabric out, and now I'm ready to slip this into this plastic. Now what I'll do first is I will glue these, but for the sake of the video, little Elmer's glue behind the fabric, let them lay out flat to dry. And then what we're going to do is we're going to slip them back into the plastic sleeve, and you have a beautiful new calendar to take on the go with any kind of theme that your person that you're going to give it to might be enjoying. So if they sew a lot, maybe a sewing fabric. If they're a mechanic, maybe a little fabric that goes with mechanics, or you know, any kind of floral or colors are always really great. If someone loves purple, do something with purple. Just a really easy way to give a gift to a coworker or someone in your life, a stocking stuffer. It's just really fun to give and receive handmade items. One of the things I always consider when I'm making a handmade item for someone else is the investment I've put into making it. It is time, it is energy, it is love pouring out into the gift. So when we finish the gift, I feel it's so important on how we might display the gift to give away. So I wanted to show you a little example of how I'm doing that with the bandanas. What I've done is I've taken a piece of cardstock, folded it in half, creased it. I've ironed the bandana so it's folded how you would fold it to wear it. And then I am actually placing the cardstock inside the bandana, similar to how you might buy it, right, from a store. I'm wrapping it, the bandana, around the cardstock like this. And then I'm going to place a little sewing pin in here to hold it in place. I also ordered some bags similar to this, but that's bigger size, where I can slip the bandanas into the bag, and it just displays the beautiful artwork and the beautiful creation, and it gives a sense of an up-level gift that it really is because of the time and energy you've invested in making it. Thank you for showing up today. I hope that you have had a blessed Thanksgiving, and stay tuned for more ideas from the Sewing Circle in your handmade Christmas. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye. Happy sewing.